How young people can make cha-ching, Shaquille O'Neal's advice. NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal once advised children on how to grow their finances and advance in life. Shaquille O'Neal left the NBA in 2011. Although it's been 11 years, O'Neal remained one of the biggest names associated with the game, no pun intended. The 7'1" center was a total threat on the court and a nightmare matchup for any opponent. Shaq earned approximately $292 million in NBA salaries during his 19-year playing career. Shaq grew his net worth to over $400 million by using that money to make wise business decisions and investments. Despite his wealth, O'Neal is constantly looking for ways to give back to the community. Whether it's buying shoes for children, assisting someone in obtaining a laptop, or even an engagement ring, the big man was once seen giving financial advice to young kids at the mall. Shaquille O'Neal, a Basketball Hall of Famer, is the first to admit that he's done a lot of things wrong regarding money management. After all, Shaq blew through $1 million in an hour as a 20 years old. "I went through a lot of ups and downs. There have been many failures," he tells CNBC's Bob Pisani at BITG's Charity Day. However, the retired athlete has established himself as a successful investor and businessman. If O'Neal could give his younger self one piece of money advice, it would be the same advice he would give to young people today. And he concludes with a brilliant analogy. "Alright kids," he says after requesting a blank sheet of paper from Pisani. "This is $100, he says as he motions to the paper. "You want to split the $100 in half. Save one half. Never ever touch it. Place it away. Don't ever bother looking at it. You now have $50 left. Now the wise people, the billionaire of the world, will take half of that $50 and put it all away," he says, adding another quarter of the piece of paper to the safe pile. "This right here," he says, "of the remaining quarter is your fun money. You want to buy houses, cars, planes, travel? You have fun with this right here." O'Neal suggests saving and investing 75% of your earnings for retirement and other long-term goals, and living off the remaining 25%. "I learned that from a guy long ago, and it's been working for me," he tells Pisani. Shaquille O'Neal teaches kids about building wealth. Shaquille is no stranger to adversity, having come from humble beginnings. After that experience, O'Neal knew he never wanted to be in that situation again. He worked hard, invested wisely, and made a good life for himself and his family. Shaq was once giving similar advice to small children at the mall. "Do you know how I made $900 million? He was overheard saying. "By paying attention to my mother and father. Always pay attention to your parents. I'm serious. I'm not having fun." Shaq's advice is invaluable because parents always want the best for their children. They do their best to help you build a good life when you are younger. They are always there to guide you even when you get older. Shaq has always heeded his mother's advice to give back to the community, and he has never stopped. The importance of education. So, why did O'Neal, whose net worth is estimated to be in the 9 figures, decided to devote so much time and effort to obtaining advanced degrees? He didn't need the degrees to make a living after all. "I had no choice," O'Neal says emphatically. "One of my children, the second one is for the African American community. 3 for the athletic community. 4 more for my mother. I promised my mother I'd get my bachelor degree," he says. "Then I got my master's because every time I met my business managers, they wouldn't look at me. They'd just look at my attorneys. So I thought, okay, you guys don't think I understand business terminology, allow me to go learn it. As a result, I earned a master's degree. My mother then called to tell me, you know, we don't have any doctors in the family. So I investigated. It took 5 years, but I finished it. I didn't do it to be known as Dr. O'Neal," he says. However, the other day at my kid's PTA meeting, a guy addressed me as Dr. O'Neal in front of my son. It was a proud moment for me. Shaq and his companies. Shaquille O'Neal has his hand, or rather his face, associated with many brands from various industries. Shaq never turns down an endorsement opportunity, which is why we see his face everywhere. Shaq owns franchises for the following brands in addition to endorsements. The restaurants include Papa John's, Krispy Kreme, Auntie Anne's, 24-Hour Fitness, car washes, and Five Guys. At the same time, Shaq is involved in companies such as Lyft, Forever 21, JCPenney, Gold Bond, General Insurance, and Icy Hot. O'Neal has a diverse portfolio demonstrating how one can use their intelligence to grow their wealth correctly. What do you think about Shaquille O'Neal's advice on building wealth? Comment below and make sure to subscribe for more.